wanted to just give you a little bit of a demo today of a really new project. It's only 3 months old and it's called the Gestural-based Interactive Remixable Dancefloor, or GIRD for short. And it came about as part of the Music Tech Fest Lavinia festival, and me and my husband Jonathan entered the Music Bricks hackathon, and we won for this idea. We both really didn't know what we were doing to begin with, but we really wanted to create something fun for users. And basically, my background is I was a singer-songwriter, recording artist for years in Australia. I put out my last album in 2008 and realised that everything was changing and got really excited about the possibilities of the digital world, I guess. And did a master's and created an interactive app where I could produce a song that could be manipulated and changed into lots of different genres, basically, so the audience could change and create different versions of the song. So the concept was that it was an amorphous song, so there was lots of different ways of listening to the same track. And I've moved on, and now I'm doing a PhD looking at interactive technologies and how they're affecting contemporary music making. So I'm looking at it from a composer-producer perspective of how I can use some of these technologies to create music that audiences can interact with and have fun with. So for me as a songwriter, it's really about having all these new tools to get my ideas across. So it's not just 3 minutes with melody and pitch and rhythm and lyrics and emotion to get my ideas across as an artist. I now have all these tools to create entire worlds, really express myself artistically, and that's what I really want to explore. But I really love what I really love about music is that music is participatory. Music is something people love to do, they love to collaborate together. And that's kind of where I'm going, I think, artistically. So I just wanted to update you on that one. So what is GIRD? Basically, it's a way that you can dance or use gestures to manipulate music and lights. And the setup involves music and lights, so the lights actually provide an important aspect of this idea. So who's the target market? It's really the audience. So with Mimu and Remedia and some of the amazing technology there is that's looking at the performer, I don't think it's even worth going into that much detail of how we would build a system that would do that. So what I'm really interested in is how I can compose music that's fluid and dynamic and can be changed by audiences, but is still contemporary and expresses what I want artistically, and how consumers can interact with that in a fun, enjoyable way. So that's basically where we're coming across. So we had 3 months to come up with this, so it's still in its very infancy stage, but you can see, hopefully you can see some potential in it. And the 3 modes musically is there's instrument mode, which I'll go into in a minute, but it's about the audience just using the sensors and the gloves to actually just dance and have a good time and make sounds with a backing track song playing. There's exploration mode, which is much more about exploring the music through dance and not really thinking too much about how you're interacting, but actually listening and really exploring music, which I think is a really nice way to do it. And then there's a remix mode, which is more about actually really playing with the music and creating new mixes through movement. We've also looked at building levels of complexity into the audio and gesture design as well, because it's quite difficult. As I've designed the gestures, I can do it quite easily, but when we've done user testing, people find it quite difficult. So, you know, it's got a long way to go in that sense. Now, the lighting mode is really important because it does 3 things. First, it provides mood lighting, and eventually we'd like to have some kind of audio analysis in there so that it can actually create beautiful lights depending on the style of the music. You can also do gesture lighting, so I'll just... Unfortunately, my lights broke on the plane, so let's see if this is working. But I'll show you a video afterwards, but you can see here, as I move the gesture, this colour swatch is changing. So as you dance, you have 5 lights set up, and these lights can change, and as you dance you can really interact with them. Over New Year we had a little bit of a party, and somebody used this for at least 5 hours. They may have been under influences, I'm not sure, but they tried to find every colour of the colour spectrum, and it took them hours, just tiny little movements to tweak the different colours. They had a great time. And the lighting system is made up using fake candy, and it sends OSC messages. Well, this gesture sensor does, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But there's one master light and then 4 slave lights, which are basically controlled by the one light unit. I guess I should tell you about this gesture sensor, which is made by IRCAM, which is called a riot, and it has quite a lot of different data, accelerometer, magnetometer. Yes, thank you, that one. I'm very new to this field. As well as a gyroscope, it also gives you the Euler angles and quaternions as well. And it's been very difficult to figure out how to create something useful out of all of that data. The final thing which we'd like to do with the lights is actually have it so that it produces feedback, so that when you're interacting with the track, the lights are giving you some kind of feedback so you can tell where you are, or I guess, as we've discovered, and as a lot of people have been talking about today, having that feedback and interaction is really, really important. So we'd like to explore how we can use the lights to provide the audience with feedback, so when they're dancing, they don't have to think too much about what they're doing, and the lights are somehow guiding them through the process. So what we did with our 3 months is we created a maps patch, and the basic gestures that you can do, I'll just put this inside here. You can map an up or down movement. So if I go like this, I can map, or if I put my arm down. You can bang and change up there and create sounds. And you can also spin, and you can create random or ordered options. So what I'll do is I'll show you as I go through the different modes. Just before I show you the patch, I just want to say, from a composition technique, John Drummond sums it up really nicely when he talks about different types of interaction there is for music composition, and he says, it's a balancing act to maintain a sense of connectedness between input and response, while also maintaining a sense of independence, freedom and mystery, that the system is in fact interacting and not just reacting. So it's really difficult from a composition sense. How can I get my music so people can understand that it's changing, but also so they have the freedom to explore it and feel like they're actually somehow creating it themselves, or they're part of the creation process. So first, instrument mode. This basically allows audiences to play. So let's have a look at the patch. I don't know if you can't really see that very well. This patch is designed for 2 different GIRDs, or IRCAM riots. You can turn them off and on here. If I click GIRD 1, that just allows me to map the data in Ableton, and GIRD 2 allows me to map this other one here. Here you've got your palm up or palm down. You've got 20 different mapping options for each gesture interface, and you've also got a 360-degree space around you to map inside. So you can choose to map a volume, say 0 to 90, or the whole way around as you spin. It's up to you of how you want to actually map that. You can map to volumes, you can map to panning, you can map to oscillators, whatever you'd like to within Ableton. Of course, you can smooth it out, you can scale it, so you can decide that you don't want the volume to go right up to the top. Sorry, there's my glove. The kick here, you've got 2 different options, and I've set this up to work within a particular composition. So I've actually got track 2 and 3 set up as option 1, and track 4 and 5 set up as option 2. Okay, thank you. And I can select whether I want that to be randomed as they go through the clips or if they're going to be ordered. So I'm going to order this one, option 2, and I'm just going to get a drum. Actually, no. Okay, so now I should have a drum. So that's my kick. That's actually my kick. I can also get different sounds. The other thing I can do with instrument is a nice little sound across. So now if I play the track, if you can imagine a dance floor with pretty lights, I'll just go to the verse here. As you can see, it doesn't sound that good. But you can really have a lot of fun. And it's just a way of the audience being able to play with the music and actually really put their little bit of themselves into it. So that's the first mode. The second mode is the exploration mode, and I'll just open a new track for that. Now this has been set up so that there's again 4 different tracks with 5 different clips, and they're selected randomly, so you never know what you're going to get. That's just going to take a while to load. The easy version would just be to trigger loops, and I found you can actually create really exploratory mixes by mapping to different effects and different volumes, so you never really know what's going on, even I don't as the composer, but it allows me to dance and really explore the music without knowing what's going to happen, and there's this sort of sense of freedom to it that's really enjoyable. Let's see if it's loaded. Yes. So here I've just set the GIRDs up to be random. Why isn't it very loud? Because I've got them mapped. Hold on.
Make it loud.
Oh, that's all right. No, it's me. I'm just coming in, so everything's always in time and quantized, or you can have it more reactionary. If I wanted to map, I could map this audio mixer here, calm down. And you can see there, this volume is going up and down. It takes a little time to map it, so I've only got a little bit left. Am I out? Okay. So I guess I can't show you the remix version, but there is a video online you can watch, and that actually shows the lights as well, which are on perspex, so they produce a really beautiful